everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm very excited for today's video because we are reviewing the foundation that is currently blowing up the internet. It is the Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage 24-Hour Foundation. But before we get started, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel because I have a lot of good videos coming up. Alright, let's go ahead and jump right in. So before we put this on, let's go over some details about it. I'm on the Sephora app here. It is sold for $36. There are a lot of shades here. You can see as I scroll through how many there are. There's a lot of these that are sold out too. I bought this in person, so I was able to go swatch them and stuff, which I'm really glad I did because I 100% would have picked the wrong shade on here because they look, the way they've titled the colors and the way they've picked the swatches is not accurate in my opinion. So I saw these in person. You can see on the top of this is like the color of the foundation. It's not. So, I mean, you can see how pale that looks. So I'm looking at all the tops of the boxes and I'm like, oh, so I jump immediately to like the darker ones that are also labeled light medium because that's what I normally am in foundation. So I was looking at those, swatching them on my hand. They were way too dark and I was like, geez, what the heck? That's kind of weird. So then I jumped back to these lighter ones that are called Fair Light, which in any other foundation, Fair Light would be way too pale for me, so that was kind of surprising. And I don't like that the color of this is just not, it's not even close to what the color is on the inside, so I feel like that was kind of weird. But yeah, outside of the weird coloring, they have a lot of shades, so that's really nice. So this is what the description says: a weightless 24-hour full coverage foundation with oil and shine control that is also waterproof, sweat resistance, and won't look cakey or cause blemishes. It's full coverage, it's matte, the skin type is for normal, dry, combination, and oily, so everyone. And then the highlighted ingredients are kaolin clay with bamboo powder to control oil and shine, hyaluronic acid to nurture skin, vitamin E protects skin against environmental aggressors. So that sounds all lovely and dandy, so let's see how it works. I had seen Tati Westbrook's review of this, which is what made me want to go out and get it, and apparently a bunch of other people too, because the second I went into Sephora asking for this, the lady was like, oh, did you see Tati's video? Like, everyone's been coming in for this. So I thought that was kind of funny. But in her video, she compares it to the YSL All Hours, but not as heavy. So I'm really excited about that because the YSL All Hours is my favorite foundation right now. It has been for like the last year probably. So I'm really excited because she claims that this is better than that, so we'll see. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is put on some primer. So I'm going to go in with the Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer. I like to just get a little bit of this and then I kind of warm it up on my hand and just press it in to my T-zone. Okay, so primer is on. I actually have quite a lot of breakouts right now because I had dairy over last weekend. It was Labor Day weekend. And my brother got married, so I had the cake because I could not have the cake. So dairy makes me break out, by the way. So I have a lot of breakouts, which normally would be really annoying, but in this scenario, I'm kind of okay with it because now we're really gonna put this to the test and see if it can cover these up. So let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in so you can guys see a little closer. Okay, so now you can really see my breakouts. But we're gonna see if they go away. So I've got my Beauty Blender moistened. I have my color, which, oh, by the way, my color is 1.15 and its skin tone is Fair Light Undertone Warm Peach. So we're gonna go ahead and just take this here. This is what the packaging looks like. See, you can even see like the color in there compared to what they show on the box is just not even close, just pathetic. Anyways, it's got a little squeezy tube. I'm just gonna squeeze it onto my hand. Whoa, that's like moussey kind of actually. That is actually a lot. I just realized because in the directions it said start with like a drop and then spread it out. So this is probably so much. Ooh, this is such a strange texture. It really is moussey, almost like a hint of foaminess to it. So I'm just gonna start with this. I don't know if you can really tell how much that is. I just dipped it into like the drop that was on my hand. And do that because I think this is gonna spread out a lot. by the way, this oxidizes. So like right now putting it on, I'm like, oh my god, this looks kind of pale, but I remember in the store, I thought that at first too, and then it started warming up to my skin, and then it looked like the right color, so it warms up. I'm kind of feeling like I'm needing to quickly blend this in because I feel like this is the type of thing that's gonna set and then not move. So I'm kind of like really rapidly getting this blended in so it won't look weird. You know, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really impressed right now at all. I feel like it's not like melting in with my skin at all. I feel like it's exaggerating. Like my acne up here, it's like it's caking up right there. I don't know what to think, to be honest. Like it looks good in my monitor, that's where I'm looking right now. Like it looks fine, and my cheeks in person, like if I bring my mirror really close here, my cheeks look really good. It's just, my first layer I had put on my forehead on this little clump of acne did not look good at all. It was looking really cakey and sticking to like the dryness of it, but that second layer did help it, and now that it's kind of sitting on here, it's kind of melting in the skin a little bit better. But when I first put it on, I did not like what it was doing to my skin. So let me give it a few more minutes to soak in and then see if anything changes. Okay, so I just went and washed the foundation off of my hands. So it's had a few minutes to sit on my skin now, and it's looking so much better. I feel like when I first put it on, it was looking quite cakey, especially up here, but when I added that second layer, it kind of like started melting in. And it's kind of just melting in everywhere on my skin now, and before it was just kind of sitting on top and looking strange. So now it's looking really good. I'm happy again. I was a little nervous there. I was like, gosh, did I just get scammed into buying this? But no, now it's looking pretty good. The only thing I see right now is there is a little line right here in my chin. I don't know if you can see that. But that happens with almost any foundation, really. So it's looking really good so far. Let me go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup, and then we'll see how it's doing. Okay, so I have finished putting on the rest of my makeup, and it's probably been about 20 minutes since then because I was just reviewing a mascara. So stay tuned for that because, hint, I love this mascara. But you'll have to stay tuned to see what mascara it is. My first impressions are my cheek and nose area looks fantastic in my opinion. It looks super even and smooth. Again, there's a line on my chin that I don't really like, but it happens with a lot of foundations, so I'm not gonna like knock it for that. But there is something weird happening on my forehead, specifically on this little clump of breakouts. It's looking quite cakey up there. So I don't know what's going on with that and why it's only cakey right there and not anymore on this spot. Originally it was like this middle spot of my forehead that was looking really cakey, but that part's looking fine now. Let me zoom in and see if I can like show you how it looks. Okay, sorry, this is kind of gross. But as you can see, it's just looking quite cakey up there. I feel like it's maybe just a little bit dry there, but you can see like this part is fine again. Like after I added that second layer, it was fine, but it's just looking quite cakey up here. So I think next time I would maybe put a moisturizing primer on instead of a pore filling primer. So yeah, from this distance looks fine, but when you look up close you can see that there's something weird happening up there. But I'm gonna wear this for the rest of the day and do a couple check-ins to see how it's going. So I'll see you at the first check-in. All right, folks, we are back. It has been about 4 hours since I have put this foundation on, and we are looking pretty much the same. It's like, it's looking a little oily here and here, and I've rubbed off some of it on my chin because I sit like this all the time. So I have rubbed it off a little bit on my chin. I can, the tiniest bit, see it had filled in my smile lines a little bit. And then the weird forehead situation is still the exact same. But I really like the way it looks on my cheeks, which is where I didn't put the primer. So what I think I need to do next time is only put the primer on my nose because my nose looks fine. So use this primer to fill in my pores on my nose, and then maybe not anywhere else. I don't know why it looks like this here though, because I didn't put primer there, but I think I needed more moisture up there. I think it's too dry and that's why it's looking like that. So I think what I would do is use the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base as a primer to get more moisture in my skin, and then use this on my nose only. So I'm gonna do a check-in at the end of the day again, and possibly I'll do another wear test tomorrow using a different primer to see if I can get it to not do that cakey thing, because I mean, like I've showed you already. Let me zoom in. So yeah, I mean, you can see that this has like a weird situation going on, and it's not really covering up. It's like it didn't blend well in that area. I don't know, it's weird. So yeah, that is where we are 4 hours in. Let's go ahead and finish off the rest of the day and see where we are. Okay, so it is the very end of the day. I'm about to take my makeup off and go to bed. But before that, let's do the final check-in of this foundation, and it's taken a wrong turn. It's not looking so great. Let's go ahead and zoom in so you can really see. Okay, so this is the forehead situation, and that's honestly like the worst part of it all. It is looking insanely cakey, honestly. Like, I mean, I feel like this video isn't even like showing how bad it really looks, but I mean, I guess that's pretty accurate. I mean, it looks really cakey. It's definitely falling apart. It's not one with the skin anymore. It is just very visibly not looking so great. The cheeks still look fine. It's kind of coming off of my nose a little bit, and then my chin, it's like completely gone off of my chin. Still from far away, it looks fine, but I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and do another video tomorrow. Well, in the same video, I'm gonna film myself putting this on again tomorrow with a different primer. I think this primer is not the way to go. Maybe here is fine and on my nose was fine, but I definitely need more moisture in the skin. So I think I might do that. I also feel like in some ways it might just blend better in general if I don't use a primer at all and just a better moisturizer. I don't really know what I should do. Maybe I should do half and half and see which side comes out better. We'll see what I feel like tomorrow, but this video is not ending here. I'm gonna put it on again tomorrow and try again because, I don't know, like Toddy raved about it so much that it's like I want to make it work for me too, and I'm kind of disappointed right now because it's definitely not better than the YSL All Hours so far. But we'll give it a try tomorrow and see what happens. Alright, see you guys tomorrow. Alright, we are back with test 2 of this. It is the next day. I have finished my makeup about 10 minutes ago. What I did this time was I put the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base on this side and no primer on this side at all. So I'm going to see if having put the Tarte primer on yesterday was messing it up or anything. I don't know. So far, it's definitely... See, I don't even know like how to describe what's happening. It looks better for sure, I'll give it that, but I even brought in the face base into right here to see if having it more moisturized would help it prevent that line. But this line is still quite harsh. And there's just a weird situation. It's like highlighting my pores, I feel like. Like I feel like I can see my pores more than normal. And the situation up here is still happening, but it's not as bad. So it's definitely better today, and I like the appearance of my makeup, but it still has, it's just, I don't know. Like, let me zoom in and show you guys. Okay, so this is the forehead situation. You can see over here that it's still looking strange, but it's not as bad. This middle spot's looking fine, but I also do have concealer on top of this middle part too, so I don't know if that's kind of helping disguise that. So this is the nose situation. To me, it kind of looks like it's breaking up a little bit on the nose, and yesterday it didn't do that when I had used the Tarte primer, so I feel like it actually helped on my nose. But here it's starting to look like it's like breaking out off of my nose, and I've had it on, like I said, for like 10 minutes so far. And then here's my cheek. I feel like they both look fine. Up super close, I don't think it's visible here, but you can, I feel like it's slightly accentuating my pores. And then for my chin, it's making that crease quite obvious. So yeah, that's where we are so far. I feel like my makeup looks, like it looks really good today, but I'm not really getting it because I put, oh, my chin is not looking good. That crease line is so obvious. I put 2 layers on my chin, and you can still perfectly see the acne that I have going on there. And I even put a little bit of concealer on top to try to help that. And it's still visible. I can still see this mark here, and I had put a second layer right there. And I can still see all of these. So I'm not seeing it so far. I don't get what the whole buzz is about, because it's just not, it's not looking that great on me so far. So I'm actually really glad that I had these spots, because I feel like without them I would have thought the foundation was better than it is. But this is making it really obvious that it's not that much coverage. I have foundations that are better than this. Nevertheless, I'm still gonna wear it throughout all of today and check in later tonight right before I take it off to see a final check-in and see how it wore with a different primer on this side and no primer on this side. So see you then. Okay, it is the end of the day now. I've had this foundation on for more than 9 hours. I'm about to get ready for bed. I have not even looked into a mirror yet. I can see myself in the monitor, and I can see from there that my chin looks bad, but I have not seen my skin close up. So let's see what the situation is, because I don't think it's good. Oh heavens. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, this is a pretty bad situation. Wow. This is even worse than I expected. All right, let's zoom in so you can see too. Okay, so here we are zoomed in. My forehead looks terrible, super cakey. This part looks super bad up above my eyebrows. It's hard to tell in the camera, but in person, this part looks so bad over here and over here too. It's like completely rubbed off of my nose. I have to turn the other way. It's like completely rubbed off my nose. It looks super weird and patchy on top of there. This part above my lip looks super weird, and my chin, it's like completely rubbed off and just looks like a cakey mess. Okay, I'm trying to show what's happening above my eyebrow, because this part looks so bad. It's like, ugh. I mean, I'm hoping you can see. I'm like super zoomed in right now, so I can't really tell what you're seeing, but hopefully you can see. I mean, yeah, this just does not look good at all at this point. Nowhere does it look good. Even on my cheeks, it's just accentuating everything. So I think I gave this a really, really, really fair shot, even more than that, honestly. If this was any other foundation, I would have given up yesterday and been like, I don't like this, but because Toddy recommended it and she has never straight me wrong before, I was like, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I need to make this work. But nothing is working. The Bobbi Brown primer didn't help. No primer didn't do anything different. The sides look the same. I actually think yesterday was better using the Tarte primer, because it at least kept my nose together. But I have given this a super fair shot of trying to get this to work, because it did look really good on Tati, but people have different skin types and it did not work for me. Those zoom close-ups really proved that, you can't lie. Like, that looked bad. But I'm glad to show you those close-ups, even though it's not the prettiest thing to see my face that close up, but it shows you how I can see it in real life in the mirror, because I can see it falling apart anytime I look in the mirror, which means people who are looking at me can see that too. So I'm glad to show you those close-ups so you can see how it fell apart on my skin. So use caution. Maybe don't buy it. Maybe try it, get a sample of it first instead of just going for it, because clearly this is hit or miss, because it worked great for Toddy and it just did not work at all for me. So that is the end of this video. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, because I have lots of good videos coming out, as I said. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!